Alright, so this is a 2011 Chevy Silverado. Nobody likes a long video of talking, so let's cut to the chase. First, you just pop this thing off. Pulls right out, real easy. Get out of the way. I'm gonna lay down a mat here. I'm gonna lay on top of the motor and dive all the way into the back to give me clearance, so I can dive all the way back and get able to reach it, because my feet aren't gonna be on the ground because my truck is so high. And then I'm gonna actually grab these couple of hoses here and the fuel line, and I'm just gonna gently ratchet strap it to the side of the vehicle just to give me an extra 2 inches. That makes a world of a difference, being able to reach your hand around there and be able to grab it, because that electrical connection is not fun. I'm gonna explain what I did to make it a lot easier, because it is not easy. Any video that shows somebody just grabbing it and pulling it off, they either had it was either broken or they already had it off before they started the video, because that thing is not easy to get off. All right, let's get this over with. Just moving those hoses over a tiny bit is going to give you enough to get your hand in there. That's pretty much all you need. But what I didn't know is how hard that stupid electrical clip was going to be. There's a little square part on the far side of the plug, and that little square part, there's a clip underneath it. So what I used is this thing right here, a little tool just to get up and under it and pop it off. I pretty much just wiggled and jammed it in there and just yanked it off. Basically, you got to be pretty rough with it to get it off. There's other videos of people just acting like it was already done for them, but that little clip is a nightmare. So you really need to fight with it with this thing or any little tool you have. So let's get to the parts. So you want some sort of adjustable socket that can move, just to be able to wiggle it down in there. It's a 1/2 inch ratchet with a 6 inch extension and a deep socket, 1 1/16 socket. I made sure when I bought the new part that it fit. I bought it at AutoZone, you know, for like 10 bucks. That'll be a lifesaver, as long as the old one's the same fitting. It already comes with the tape on the threads, so that should be pretty much good to go when you get down in there. But that clip, it clips onto this thing pretty good to about right here, and the square part is what covers it. So it pretty much faces away from you like this, with the square part on the far side toward the vehicle. And then basically I went in with this thing and I went into the square part and popped it off. And then I got a little filter, because I don't want to do this twice. So you put the filter in there when you take it out. That's the hard part. Once you get that little clip off, you should be rolling, and it should be pretty simple after that. So let's dive in and get it going. So through that little tiny hole down there is where the plug is where the sensor is down there. I don't know if you can see my hand from behind it. So after wrestling, this is what your plug looks like. The square part is where the clip is. No, there's a little tiny black clip in there. That little clip is what took forever to get off. And now that that's off, you can see my plug down there. Alright, we got her loose. This actually works really well. You kind of got to bully that hose out of your way a tiny bit, but that actually worked great. Let's get that loose enough to where you can grab it with your hand. And there she is, a little devil. A lot of work for this little thing. There's no point in doing all this work and not replacing your filter. So you got to get the filter out, replace this, then put your new one in, That way you don't have to do this all over again. So don't forget to do your filter. So this one was actually too deep. I'm gonna use a little skinnier one to get down in there. Alright, I got it. A little tricky to get it out with one hand. There it is. So by shoving this thing down in there, I actually poked a hole. I actually poked a little hole right through the screen. That made it to where it's easier to get it out. But obviously you can't use this one now. But now I know how it goes in. And now we'll open up our new filter and put that one in. So as you can see, they're kind of fragile, so you want to be careful not poking any holes in it. So there's the new one. I would say the smaller side down is how you would put it. That's how we took the other one out. So we just got to make sure we drop this in without dropping it. Alright, now it's time for the socket. This big socket actually fits down in there pretty easily. Try this one hand. Alright. I had to wrestle it to get it off a little bit. Once it's on there tight, it's hard to move. So that electrical clip is on there good now. Just want to make sure that you push down the little locking piece in the back. Alright, everything went on pretty easily. So now that I'm all done in the back, I can go ahead and release my ratchet strap here. I'll let my lines go back to where they should be. You don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on these. It was on there pretty gently. It's just a hose, so I didn't do any damage. So I pretty much just wanted these two out of my way. So the ratchet strap was just to hold these two hoses out of the way. I think they're fuel lines. So that wraps up how to change your oil pressure sender and filter with just one simple socket set here. I had to buy this one part. It's a 1 1/16 socket. And then these two little pick tools. This one I used to get the filter out. And then this one I used to release the electrical clip on the back of the sensor. I got 11-inch lift and 37s on my truck, so it was a lot harder to get up in there. The front of my truck is up to my chin. Oh, that was fun. Alright, final step. This thing just snaps right in and it should be locked in. It's good to go. And we're all done. Nice and easy. Look at that, I got good oil pressure again. My truck's happy again. Thanks for watching.